What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 11th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $2.10 roughly. We got 20 days and about 4.5 hours left in this month. We're at the very ass end of this week here, 4.5 hours left in this week, and what a very bearish candle that is. I'm not intimidated by it, but it is intimidating, isn't it? It's the same amount of intimidating as a candle like this is bullish. You know what I mean? It does imply that we could go lower, and maybe we do, but I am expecting over the coming days and weeks that we do continue upwards. I very much am confident XRP found a low here, and it seems pretty obvious that when we're range bound for about a year, a little bit over a year, that we're at the low ends of this range, that this would be where we find support. But let's get into the short-term stuff. Let's see, does this wick really mean that we are going to go lower next week? How low do we go? Is it anything to be afraid of or not? Let's get into that and go over that. Okay, so 1 hour time frame here, and I don't know if I said it or not, but hit the like button. Thank you all for being here. 1 hour time frame here. You can see we were just dead in the water, totally flatlined here, no volume at all. And then Saturday ends, it's Sunday. Now we get some volume. Now we get a little bit of shaky in the markets, but typically we're pretty boring over the weekends. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, the RSI is very neutral. I wouldn't say it's bullish or bearish. I'd say it's neutral. I mean, sure, you have these higher lows and kind of like higher highs, sure, but I would say neutral. Same thing with the stochastics and the MACD. If I'm getting a neutral read on the RSI, we're not going to get help from these indicators, right? These indicators, they're less, the stochastics, just for anybody out there who's wondering, the stochastics and the MACD are less helpful on shorter time frames, like the 1 hour and the 4 hour. They're best on the daily, weekly, monthly time frames, or higher time frames than like a 4 hour time frame. They still work on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, but they're more susceptible to not working or being less relevant, especially when we're moving sideways. So I don't really care about these indicators. Stochastics are down here, they reset, whatever. It doesn't really matter, right? Like you're looking bullish here, what good did that do you? You're just moving sideways. You're looking bearish here, what good did that do you? You're just moving sideways. It's nothing. It's really nothing to focus on. Same thing with the MACD. 4 hour time frame here, looking at this, the RSI has flatlined, but so has the price, so that's fair. You're in a bit of a bearish posturing here, but overall, the RSI is bullish. So I would think that we do prevail to the upside. We're finding support on the 40. The MACD is kind of in a bullish posturing. You are below the zero, but man, I like this area for support. I mean, you can see with the oscillators, you find support here, you find support here. In this area, you found resistance right here. I like this area. I think that we are going to move up from here. We're about to cross. I mean, I hope that it's the real deal. Stochastics might come down a little bit. We're going to do one of two things. What I'm looking at on the 4 hour, I'm seeing two things. Okay, so one, the first thing that we'll do is we'll move down a little bit. We'll have like a quote unquote fake out. We'll break out of this range and then come back up. Or two, we will move higher rather immediately, and it won't be a fake out. It'll just be a breakout to the upside. Maybe three, we could move lower. Maybe we do go below $2. It's possible. But I think that would be the least likely outcome. Most likely, we fake out to the downside and then we come up. That's my expectation. Maybe we come up, or the least likely would be that we do go below $2. But any of that's possible. Those are all possible outcomes for sure. The daily time frame, looking at this, the RSI has reset. We got nice and deep into the overbought zone at the 83 level there. Come back down to the 50, an area that we've been finding resistance before. We're finding support at now. If we look at the price, we take a low to a high. I mean, we're at the 0.5. We could go to the golden ratio that is just below $2, $1.95, $1.99. It is right there. We could go below there, but I think this is a perfect area to find support right here at the 0.5. Prior areas of support here as well. Certainly does seem as though, and this is where I'm not intimidated. If we go lower, I'm not intimidated at all. It certainly does seem as though this move is different than anything else we've experienced since July of 2025, right? This move clearly, with the volume and everything, we had an absence of volume totally until here. With the volume that we had on the breakout, with the move itself, it's pretty obvious that we are breaking out of this range. So even if we do go lower, I would fully expect a higher low, and then from there a higher high. We're breaking out of the downtrend, so we should be forming an uptrend. Higher highs and higher lows is what that means. You look at the daily RSI, reset, stochastics are reset right at the 50, perfect area to bounce. The MACD is bullish, crossing above the zero. I really can't fathom that we would go below this low here. I'm so confident we have that as a low. I'm so confident that's it. And from here, I very much believe that we are moving up to this $2.70 to $2.90 area, probably closer to like $2.75, something like that. And then from there, we'll go. You know, then from there, we'll talk. The perspective of XRP right now, in this range, especially after this wick, it's not a good perspective. It's a bearish perspective. I'm not talking about from my end. I'm talking about from what I would imagine the average market participant is looking at right now. They're probably looking at this like, this is not good. But when we do move up, when we are at, let's say, $2.90, $2.70, somewhere in this area, the perspective shifts dramatically, right? I don't know. XRP might be a scam. Maybe it is going to break out of this to the downside. That might have been its cycle high. What am I doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know, all this stuff. All the negative what if comments that come out here. As soon as we pump up here, oh, it's so clear that we're going to go up. It's so clear that we're going to see new all-time highs. And this up here, that perspective shift is going to happen. That's the next move. That's the next area that we're expecting to go to. Prior resistance here, prior support here, prior resistance there, prior resistance there. It's just all right in that pretty obvious area. And again, the thought is not, how exciting, we're going to go from $2.09 to $2.70 or $3. That's exciting, that's nice. But the really exciting thing is not what I think, not what you think, but what everybody thinks. What everybody will start to think about XRP is, oh my God, we're going to go to new all-time highs. I mean, we're back at $3 or more. People are going to be like, oh my God, we're going to new all-time highs. That's, you know, the people are going to FOMO in. Just like they did up here. Unfortunately, they were proven wrong. I think this time will be different. Third time's the charm. Anyways, I got nothing else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If it was the ravings of a madman, I don't know, do whatever. But subscribe, that'd be nice too. I like the stochastics. I don't like the MACD. I like the RSI. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.